What's up, ladies and gentlemen, back again with another video, and today we're going to be checking out my interview with fantasy author Tamsin L. So hopefully you guys sit back and enjoy this pretty cool interview, and I'll see you guys some more after it's over, so sit back and enjoy. Alright, we got these nice books over here, and I am here with Tamsin L.
Hello.
You want to tell us about your books?
Sure. I've been writing and published for over 10 years, and I write a mixture of urban fantasy and historical fantasy. On this side here is urban fantasy. That's where I started off. And more that I wrote, I started putting history elements into it, and I really realized that I loved history. And so as we moved through, I started working on a short story with Billy the Kid and the Lincoln County War. And the short story, they loved it. They didn't want to put it in their anthology. They thought it was a book, and I agreed. And so now it's a 3-book series. It's the real history of Billy the Kid and the Lincoln County War. It's just wrapped in Irish folklore and fantasy with a cinematic feel and episodic adventure. But other than the historical, if you're into urban fantasy, I also write a series called Sky of the Damned. If you've ever seen the web series by some sort of miracle that came out in 2013, 2014, that was me. I was hired by vampirefreaks.com, and I wrote Sky of the Damned for them. And then years later, I turned it into a series, and the third and final book in that series will be out by the end of this year. Other than that, I have one standalone, which I think you started your panning on, which is Mark the Necromancer, which is about a vampire who becomes a necromancer, and she has to figure out why her friends are dying. It's a lot of comedy, it's a lot of snark, there's a little bit of horror in there. So you've got a big wide range. Sky of the Damned is fallen angels, and it deals with biblical lore, and it has vampires in it. So it plays with the new version of the Fae. So for me, it's just my storytelling. It's books that I would want to read. And I've been a reader for many, many years. My father used to read to me when I was really little. And every night he'd read all these books that were very much fantasy-based. And I just fell in love with it. And then I found Nancy Drew as I got older. And so urban fantasy is really that blend of fantasy and mystery. And so that's how I ended up writing what you see before you.
Oh, that's fantastic. Is there any type of book you recommend for first-time readers?
For people who are just starting reading my work,
Yeah.
if you're into historical, I would recommend this to be your starting point. And then if you are more into someone who really likes that spiritual, that kind of someone playing with that kind of part of fantasy, I would recommend Sky of the Damned. Now you can also watch this on YouTube, and if you like the episodes, snag the book or get the book and then watch it online. But if you really are if you're not someone who wants to get into a series and you're not sure yet because trying new authors can be rough. You don't know if you're going to like their style. So my stuff, I've been told, reads very similar to how I talk. But this is a standalone novel. And so if you are looking for just trying something, this would be my recommendation. But those are the 3 best ones that I like to always mention when you ask questions like that.
Nice.
Yeah.
And do you have like a favorite author or a favorite book or someone that inspired you to write books?
Yeah. So my mentor and one of the people that if you're not reading Faith Hunter, you really should be. She has a bunch of different supernatural series out, and I highly recommend them. She has vampires, and she's got all kinds of this amazing, rich world she's created in all her series that I highly recommend anything by her. She actually has a anthology about her Angel series. I have a short story in there. I don't have copies with me, sadly, but I'd recommend her. And so she's probably one of the things that made me want to write was all her stuff. But other than that, as a kid, I loved, Christopher Pike and L.J. Smith, and those kind of young adult books of fantasy and mystery. But one of my favorite series of all time is actually Nora Roberts, and it's her Chronicles of the One. It's a 3-part series. Highly recommend it. I think I reread it every year. So if not, I do the audiobook. So those would be the people who I think inspire me the most.
Oh, fantastic.
Now, is there any way, I guess, people could find you or reach you on any social media outlets?
Oh yeah. I have Twitter, and I also have, or is it X now? Whatever. I'm mostly on Facebook, so they can find me under Tamsin Silver on Facebook, and they can also locate my website at www.tamsinsilver.com.
That's great. It was fantastic meeting you.
Great meeting you. Thank you so much. This was great.
Same to you.
Alright guys, that was my interview with fantasy author Tamsin L. Silver. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that interview. I got plenty of other interviews that you can check out here on the channel. And look out for other future content such as DVD, Blu-ray haul videos, and vlogs, and movie reviews, and a bunch of other content, as well as new additional content yet to come. But if you want to see more content like this, make sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys around for the next video. Have a great day now. Peace.